Okay, so yes, deservedly of a round of applause there. So we just want to show you one other scenario that could well happen in a public place, couldn't it, Chris?
Yes, we've got Caitlin here again. Someone's got POTS. When they go out and about in public places, they will put themselves into a chair because they're used to suddenly collapsing and then falling over, crossing the road in a shopping centre. Obviously, fractures, head injuries will happen. With an assistance dog, you don't need to worry, because you can see we've got Brava next to Caitlin. Now, she's not behaving like any normal dog. She's there staring at her. She's there trying to get her attention. And suddenly, when she gets the odour, you can see she's got it now. She's on there. She's pawing her ankles. I don't know if you can see that. She's pawing, which Caitlin will then know, okay, she's alerting me to an odour change. I need to stop. So there we are, having another dig there. So in a shopping centre, in a public place, Caitlin will now get out of her chair and she'll go and find somewhere nice and quiet. Perhaps talk to a security guard, try and find a shop assistant and say, look, I'm going to collapse very shortly. I'm going to be out for 10 minutes or so. Is there somewhere I can go? And there we are, lovely. 10 minutes go, you come round and you've got a wet nose, waggy tail looking at you saying, come mum, it's all okay, let's carry on shopping.
Yeah, exactly, a great way to wake up. And if any of our audience actually were to observe that, what should they do? Just leave them?
Just leave them. Obviously, if you want to step back just to make sure everything is okay, but please don't interrupt the dog, please don't go and sort of see to them. Yeah. They're fine. It's a daily occurrence, several times a day sometimes,
yeah.
So yeah.
Wow, okay. That's amazing, isn't it? Let's give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to come back to Dr. Claire Guest, and we're going to talk, Claire, aren't we, about a new project that's going on with the medical detection dogs.
So
I'm going to take a seat.
People may remember last year that we were doing a lot of work, and actually the last 2 years, with that dreaded word COVID-19. And we were able to train dogs to detect COVID-19 very reliably, up to 94% reliably, of just a sock that they'd worn. And actually, Asher here, you're going to meet in a minute, was one of those dogs. But COVID it's not gone away, but the way in which we're dealing with COVID is very different now. We're not taking tests, and the emphasis has gone to vaccination. So what we've done is applying everything we learned from COVID to the detection of a deadly bacteria. You saw on the stands, dogs can find E. coli broth. What we want to do is apply this to vulnerable people. And as I said earlier, there are many, many people. All of you will know someone who's gone to hospital, and often it's the start of a change of their independence because they've had an undiagnosed urinary tract infection which resulted in a fall. What we want to do is go out and meet people before they have those falls. Take dogs like Marlowe into residential homes, into retirement villages, and get the dogs to go and say hello. But at the time they're saying hello, what they're actually looking for is E. coli odour. And Marlowe's going to show you. So I've got this very dodgy waiting room here. They're really weird lot. Somebody's got a hospital gown on, which seems really peculiar.
Very unusual.
And what he will do is he'll sniff each person in turn, just like the dog sniffed each stand. If the odour of E. coli is there, the dog will sit in front of them, and that will show you that this person is at risk of an early urinary tract infection. So take it away, Marlowe. So good sniff, doesn't look like that person. No, looks okay.
That's quite reassuring, I have to say.
Empty chair. Yeah. Strange hospital gown lady, looks all right. She's correct. So are you carrying the E. coli sample? She is indeed. So do you want to move around just to show it's not a fluke? You can clap. So if you can imagine if that was one of your relatives sitting at home or sitting in a retirement village, starting an infection that could result in a major change to their independence, what a difference that would make. We'll send Marlowe again. Sniffing the empty chair. Spotted it. So we're really excited about this because what you've got is a situation where you've got our assistance dogs. You saw our assistance dog, that's one-on-one. You saw Florin, who's doing, working with her teammates to find one dog to millions, because the technology is going to save millions of lives when they develop the electronic nose. And this is one dog to many, if you like. So these dogs could detect the odour on thousands of people. And we're going to go once more. And then we'll tell you a little bit more about Asher. So she's at the end this time. very quick, takes a second, doesn't it? A couple of seconds each, and then he finds the person that's got it. There you go. Final clap. Thank you.
So
well done,
literally
Marlo.
3 out of 3. That was amazing. That was amazing. And so can our audience expect to see these projects in their area?
Yeah, we need lots of support. I mean,
Yes.
obviously after COVID, everybody's got a bit bored with diseases and infections, and we need the support because to translate what we've learned from COVID to this, we need to move forward with the early work. We know dogs can find it, so it's about now getting dogs out there and actually showing this for real.
And then the application of
Absolutely.
that science and actually being in a position to change lives.
Absolutely.
So we have someone here we'd like to introduce the audience to, don't we?
I would.
This is Asher. Asher, so do you want to tell us a little bit about Asher?
I will indeed. So Asher's now, we believe, about 10 years old, and he came from rescue. And when he first came to us, we didn't know an awful lot about him, but we did know that he'd actually come through Munsterlander Rescue, so thank you, Munsterlander Rescue. He's not a Munsterlander, clearly, but they took him in. And he was a very, very muddled up character. He had a lot of behaviour problems. Mainly, he used to run away all the time. So if a door was open a little bit, he would run. And then when you tried to catch him, unfortunately, he'd become very defensive and start screaming if you tried to catch him, and was very upset. But he was a dog that needed to do a job. So over his career, he's done Parkinson's, malaria, and finally finished with COVID-19. And he's retiring now. The reason he's here to say hello is because he's one of the finalists in the Hero Dog of the Year. So we're cheating a bit.
We are, I think. I think this is a bit of a plug for Asher, isn't it?
Give him
So,
thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you will have all seen the Hero Dogs Awards that we're running at the moment. You can vote until 4 o'clock tomorrow.
If you'd like to meet Asher, come down to the stand. He's going to be there in a minute. And he's got a very sneaky Scan Me coat on his back, a little QR code. He designed it himself. He sewed it last night. So if you want to come and scan and vote for him, then please do, because every vote will be supporting the charity. So he's going to hang up his boots off. This is his last working days, but he's enjoying every minute of it. So thank you very much.
So, yeah, let's give him a big round of applause. He's had an amazing, amazing career with medical detection dogs, and I think it's absolutely testament to the dedication of this charity, not only helping people, but obviously, you know, giving second chances to rescue dogs as well, which is absolutely fantastic. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've talked about odour, we've talked about every disease having an odour and a scent that these wonderful dogs can actually detect. And not only detect, but tell the difference between those odours. It's absolutely fantastic. It is a charity. It does need your support. Please do visit the Medical Detection's website, and it would be wonderful if you made a donation, but also always looking for volunteers to support the charity. That would be fantastic. So the last thing that it leaves me to do is to please put your hands together for all the wonderful people that have been demonstrating here today for you, all of the wonderful dogs as well. And like I say, please do visit the stand. I believe it's stand 94 in Hall 3. They would love to meet you. Asher would love to meet you as well, and he'd love you to take a bit of a scan of that QR code on his back and help his votes as well for Sunday's competition. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for everybody, and thank you so much.